Got my back on the ropes. I don't make this bread, then I'm probably toast.
How you guys doing? This is Jonathan Kabongo on the road back. I'm here with my man J-Rob. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, always grinding. Good to see you, bro.
That's what's up, man. It's been a minute, but I feel like today's a good day to talk about, just some things that you went through throughout your senior year, and just kind of share your story about, your recovery process and just being injured and how that helped you develop as a player and as a man. So we can get straight into it, and you can just tell me about how it felt, to have the senior campaign that you were having, and then in the middle of ACC play, you go down. Like, how was that injury from your point of view?
It was devastating. Like, I was playing the best basketball of my life. I came off the career night against Syracuse where I had a big game, and then we're in Miami and I'm playing really well, where I have a big lead, and then I go up for a normal floater, come down, and I just feel my foot pop. And when I went down, I kind of knew something was up. So when Eddie came over to me, the trainer, I told him, yo, I don't know how I know this, but my fifth metatarsal, I just broke it. I don't know how. He's like, how you know that? I was like, I don't know. I can just feel the side of my foot on my shoe. So I think that whole thing was we were on TV. I couldn't show any weakness. I walked off. I knew my mom was watching. Just the whole idea, I felt like that was my year. I was going to be all ACC first team. I was going to put myself in a great position on draft night, and I was just trending upwards, which what I wanted to do.
I specifically remember the game against FSU when we lost by that devastating buzzer beater, and you came back to the locker room and you were like, look, Eddie B, I'm playing. You had that look on your face, that J-Rob look, nothing's stopping me. I'm doing this. How was that? What sparked that in you, because it was a very, determined look.
Yeah, it all started with the day I met with the doctor and they told me my foot was broke. The doctor had told me our recovery process was going to be 3 to 4 months, and my senior year was probably going to be over. And I called my mom. I looked at Eddie B, and I was like, y'all know me. The way my body's built, I have a quick recovery time. So that doesn't mean anything to me. I was devastated with that news, but it was just ever since that point on, the rehab was great. And then that game that we lost, I wanted to play in the ACC tournament, but Buzz being Buzz was I'm not going to lie to you, one game in the ACC tournament isn't going to determine our seed. You know what I mean? So it's not a big thing to risk the rest of your career over one game too early.
Right.
So like you said, when we came into the locker room and we had lost off that bogus shot, we were playing extremely well. Everybody was stepping up. It was just damn, I know if I was out there, I feel like I could have been the 1 point or 2 point difference. You know what I mean?
I think we all felt that too. But how did it feel? At that moment in your career to just be going through an injury like that. How did it make sense to you? Because I feel like that's something that we never, want for ourselves. When everything's going well and for some reason something happens that we have no control over. How did that end up making sense to you?
I'm not gonna lie to you. At the beginning, I was in a dark place. That was my first time with a real injury where I had to get surgery on it. So it kind of just put all the questions through my head, what happens in my career now? Are my NBA dreams over? How long am I actually gonna be out? Then the biggest question to me was how's the team gonna play? The ball was so used to being in my hands and decisions going through me, and then it just switched out of nowhere. Yo, J-Rob, you're injured. Find another way to affect other people in your life and your teammates. So that's when I tried to get into the coach's mindset of helping everyone on and off the court, and just trying to hold everybody accountable as everybody held me accountable. So
I hear that. So what do you feel like you were fixing your mind on? To stay resilient, because that resilience was evident. But I'm sure you had your own personal things that you were, looking to and, just keeping your focus on every day to get you through. Just tell us about what that was.
Honestly, I just started attacking the classroom harder. I started going harder into my books. And it allowed me to build a better relationship with my teammates and coaches because, I saw everything through a different lens because I was on the outside looking in. And just the whole idea of me telling myself like, yo, you're going to kill this rehab process and you're going to get back faster than anyone imagined, even
Mhm.
Eddie. And just being put in that position of like characters revealed through adversity. And I truly think God puts everybody through certain situations
Facts.
to see how they are and to teach you lessons.
That's a fact. And bro, I don't think we just had like a good team, but I think we had like a squad, like a tight knit team.
Very.
And like, I want to know how important that was for like your support emotionally and just like as a player, just as a person, whatever. But I know just from my experience that year, like just having the guys was like did wonders for me. So just tell us about that.
Well, I tell people all the time, like, the atmosphere and family environment that we had at Tech was like bar none. Like, I don't think any other school really had the close knit group that I've had all 4 years I was there. Like, it's just how Buzz has his teams. But I think obviously the idea of like, it was next man up, but they didn't forget about me. Like, you guys were next man up, but it was like they were still checking on me. They were still seeing me work as hard as them through rehab while y'all are practicing. And like, everyone felt in me like me trying to itch back out there even though I shouldn't. So I think the idea of just like there was never really any negative energy around the program. So it being positive bled into what was going on with me as well. And as you know, like the family environment was like I still to this day is like everyone on my whole 4 years I would pretty much run through a wall for.
Mm-hmm. No, that it was real. It was a real family feeling. Can't fake that, And like, do you feel like there was anybody that you personally were like looking at, like go through their own obstacles that kind of made you say like, all right, if they're getting through it, if they're pushing through, it doesn't have to be a hooper. It could be just like anybody, whether it's family, friend, somebody you don't know, but you feel like there was somebody you were seeing get through something that inspired you?
When I broke my foot, IT Isaiah Thomas reached out to me. He had gone through the process of
Right.
the whole thing with the Celtics hurting his hip and things like that. And he was just telling me like, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And that's something I really live with. So for that to come, and he was one of the players I wouldn't say I looked up to, but I watched his documentaries and was like, wow, he like grinds.
Mm-hmm.
And like God willing, he became my vet my first year in the NBA. So talking to him and hearing my parents say like, even on your worst day, you're living better than someone on their best. You know what I mean? So just that whole motto and like knowing like God's timing. Like, for example, I broke the all-time assist record the game before I got hurt. Like, what are the odds of that? You know what I mean?
Feel that. Do you feel like there was anything you learned about yourself, like off the court during that time that like you probably didn't know about yourself?
I wouldn't say that I didn't know, but I took more, not pride, but more time building relationships with everyday students around campus, not just the athletes, like the people I'm in class with, just building relationships. Because you like at Virginia Tech, there's the smartest people. Like literally, the person that you're sitting next to in class, you'll never know what they're doing in 10 years, and you want to have that relationship. So, me being able to actually not walk around campus, but be around campus in class allowed me to do certain things that I wouldn't have done before.
You feel like it helped you, because everybody still has struggles that they're going through daily. Do you feel like there's certain things that it helped you learn to just be a little bit more wise and a little bit more patient and, resilient today?
Yeah, I would say it helped me, honestly, just my whole outlook. Like even my rookie year, I didn't get the opportunity I felt like I should have got, but like Rome wasn't built in one day. You got to go through a process and a struggle in order to hit your stride and strive to be great. So I think the idea of knowing that there's obstacles in the way, like every road's not straight and you got to go through some adversity to get to where you want to go, is kind of what that taught me. Like I never would have thought I would have got injured my senior year in like prime time and in the middle of certain things going on in my career,
I appreciate you, bro. You already know it's love. You already know you're inspiring. You already know that, you fam forever. And I'm just wishing you the best, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. Appreciate you having me. Always trying to help out, look out for you. Hope all is well. Always good reconnecting, good seeing you. Hope everything's good mentally, emotionally, and spiritually with you. And just keep going, bro. It's all love on this side.